This is Plus TV Africa, and I am Felicity Ezewike with the latest news making the headlines across Africa and the rest of the world. A series of events began to unfold early this morning in Nigeria's capital. First, it was the police siege on the Lake Chad Crescent home of the President of the Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki, and moments later, it was on the home of the Deputy President of the Senate, Ekweremadu, and the EFCC delivering summons for him to appear at the commission. But as events unfolded, nobody in the police force envisaged that the President of the Senate would slip through the barricade and security personnel to find his way to the National Assembly complex. Again, he was able to make his way into the Red Chamber and preside over today's session. At the brief session, the President of the Senate adjourned sitting until the 25th of September. Before that happened, the names of 15 senators who sent a letter defecting from the APC to the opposition PDP were read out on the floor. Some of the names on that list include Senator Rabiu Kwakwanso, Senator Dino Melaye, and Senator Barnabas Gamade. Some news just reaching us. 37 members of the House of Representatives have defected from the APC to join the opposition PDP. Of this number, 32 joined the People's Democratic Party, while 4 joined the African Democratic Congress. Announcing their defection on Tuesday during plenary, the lawmakers cited division at all levels of the APC as the reason for their defection. Prominent among the defectors are Sani Irano, Barry Mpigi, Ali Madaki, Dixon Takigi, Hassan Saleh, and Daburan Nuhu. Neither the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, nor his deputy, Yusuf Lassun, was named among the defectors. Earlier this morning, the Speaker of the House, Yakubu Dogara, was ushered into the chambers with supporters in the House chanting his name after news of defections at the Senate. This is a developing story and we'll bring you details shortly. Still on the recent developments in the House of Senate, the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Prince Uche Secondus, today urged Nigerians to caution President Muhammadu Buhari, saying his actions are detrimental to the survival of democracy in the country. In a statement in Abuja, the PDP chairman said it was unfortunate that President Buhari allowed the siege on the leadership of the National Assembly by security agencies to happen under his watch. According to him, it was bad that President Buhari, who was a beneficiary of democracy in 2015, has allegedly done nothing but destroyed every fabric of democracy and the rule of law in the country. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has invited Deputy Senate President Ekweremadu over an alleged case of conspiracy, abuse of office, and money laundering. The anti-graft agency, in a letter dated July 24, 2018, requested that Ekweremadu should appear at their office by 10 a.m. on the same date. In view of the above, you are kindly requested to report and interview the undersigned at 5 Formela Street of Adetokunbo Ademola Crescent 2, Abuja, on Tuesday, 24th July 2018 at 10 a.m. prompt. This request is made pursuant to Section 38, subsection 1 of the Economic and Financial Crimes Establishment Act 2004. The letter read in part, this commission in the letter said Ekweremadu is being invited because his name featured prominently in the case which they are currently investigating, hence the invitation to obtain certain clarifications from him. Away from that, Boko Haram's factional leader Abubakar Shekau has re-emerged in a new video after long absence that fueled speculation about his health and ability to lead the Islamic militants. In a 36-minute message seen by AFP on Tuesday, Shekau wore a white robe and skull cap and held an assault rifle as he sat in front of a military common flag canvas. He appeared unwell but made no direct mention of his health or reports from last month that he had high blood pressure, failing eyesight and diabetes-related complications. The jihadist leader used to appear frequently on camera but was last seen in a 14-minute video message on February 6, in which he claimed responsibility for attacks in the northeast region. He is widely believed to be aged in his late 40s. The U.S. Justice Department lists 1965, 1969, and 1975 as possible years of his birth. Senegal's ambassador to Cameroon, Vincent Badji, was found dead while watching TV at his residence in capital Yaoundé on Sunday. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and Senegalese abroad, Sidiki Kaba, made this known on Monday. Kaba said all arrangements have been made for the quick repatriation of the ambassador's remains to Senegal. The government offers its heartfelt condolences to the widow, the family, and the Senegalese people, to whom Kaba expresses his compassion and sympathy. Cameroonian media said the diplomat had already completed his term in the country as he came to Cameroon in August 2015. Chinese President Xi Jinping has signed a 15 bilateral agreement with Rwanda on Monday while visiting the East African country, the second stop on a four-nation tour to cement relations with African allies. The agreements, the value of which was not revealed, focused on visa exemptions, strengthening mutual investment in e-commerce, cooperation in civil air transport, law enforcement partnerships, and human resource development. They included loans for construction, hospital renovation, and the development of Rwanda's new Bugesera airport. A Kenyan lawyer has been awarded the prestigious 2018 Elizabeth Taylor Human Rights Award for his role in advancing human rights in the HIV/AIDS field. Mr. Alan Maleche, a pro bono lawyer, received the biannual award on Monday during the opening ceremony of the 22nd International AIDS Conference in Amsterdam, Netherlands. While receiving the award, he said, "On behalf of my colleagues and the communities we serve, I am deeply honored to accept the Elizabeth Taylor Human Rights Award. Despite the successes we've had, there are still many human rights issues we need to address." When we return, we will bring you the latest from Japan, where heat wave has killed at least 65 people, and updates on North Korea as it begins dismantling rocket launch site, and much more. We'll be right back shortly. Government officials have announced on Tuesday that an unprecedented heat wave in Japan has killed at least 65 people in 1 week. The weather agency has clarified the record-breaking weather as a natural disaster. According to a statement released by the Fire and Disaster Management Agency, in the week to Sunday, at least 65 people have died of heat stroke, while 22,647 people were hospitalized. Both figures are the worst ever for any week during summer since the agency began recording fatalities resulting from heat stroke in July 2008, an agency spokesman told the press. At least 50 people are feared dead in wildfires burning in the Attica region around Athens in Greece's worst fire crisis in more than a decade. According to the Red Cross, 26 bodies were found in the yard of a villa in the seaside village of Mati, which is at the center of the disaster. As part of a huge rescue effort, emergency workers used boats and helicopters to evacuate a beach. North Korea appears to have begun dismantling part of a key rocket launch site in the country's northwest. Satellite images of the Shekau station seen by US-based monitoring group 38 North suggest Pyongyang is complying with a promise made to the US in June. US President Donald Trump said North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un had vowed to destroy an engine test site, but did not specify which one. Pyongyang has maintained that Shekau is a satellite launch site, but US officials suspect that it has been used to test ballistic missiles. We'll be back in a bit. Business report comes after that. Shell has begun its negotiation process with Hares Holding Limited as it prepares to sell its oil mining licenses 11 and 17. The two oil licenses are valued at $2 billion, and included in the sale are infrastructure assets. The two OMLs are located in the Niger Delta, where the Anglo-Dutch company Shell had discovered oil in 1950 and became one of the largest oil producers in Africa. Still in business, Shekau, Executive Director and co-founder of Haram Group, has been appointed as a member of the Expert Advisory Council on Citizen Engagement at the World Bank. His new role is focused on the development and implementation of the strategic framework for citizens' engagement in the bank's operation. Shekau is the second Nigerian ever appointed to the council. On his new role, he said it will help articulate and address the real concerns of the private citizenry across the globe on a size and scale only the World Bank can provide. He also expressed his delight and says it is an opportunity to collaborate with other members of the Council on agenda setting and implementing initiatives necessary for global sustainable development. Still ahead on Plus TV News is our roundup on entertainment and sports. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
In entertainment, the aftermath of singer Mayokun's Ibadan concert was that it was marred by allegations of sexual misconduct by attendees at the event. Mayokun has released a statement in order to clarify matters by saying, and I quote, "Regarding reports of reckless sex, the United Nations Population Fund was on the scene to encourage safe sex and family planning, hence distributed condoms, which were toyed with by fans." Sakpaide Ogaga, a member of Mayokun's team, also spoke about the issue and was quoted as saying, "People were tearing it open and blowing it up as balloons, and that is what people saw, and started saying people were having sex." The Mayokun concert saw 13,000 people attend, and the series will move on to Abuja in August. Recently, Sacha Baron Cohen was accused of duping people into saying and doing some ridiculous things, especially with the recent case of Georgia lawmaker Jason Spencer, who has been asked to resign after a horrifying offensive appearance on Showtime's Who is America. Tony Rock says Sacha Cohen is just getting them to show their true colors. Tony Rock, who is Chris Rock's kid brother, says the only thing Sacha is guilty of is exposing these people for what they truly believe, and that they're the only ones being duped. The only ones being duped are Americans. Still in on entertainment news, American rapper, fashion designer, and music producer Kanye West complained of being bothered by his sinuses this weekend, and he had to be rushed to the emergency room. He was taken to the West Hills Hospital in San Fernando Valley by his wife, Kim Kardashian West, where he was diagnosed with the flu and later discharged. It will be recalled that Kanye had complained about his sinuses pressure via his Twitter account, where he disclosed that the pressure had been so severe in mid-flight that it led to a CT scan. Regardless of the incident, Kanye and Kim were at the historic Cavalier Hotel in Virginia Beach to attend Pusha T's wedding, which took place on Saturday, the 21st of July. And that's it on entertainment. The very best in sports coming up right after this.
Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Plus TV Africa. I am Udoka Njoko. Andrea Pirlo has joined the Sky Sports punditry team in Italy ahead of the new football season. And the 2006 World Cup winner will provide expert analysis on the Italia Serie A alongside a star-studded panel including Esteban Cambiaso, Gianluca Vialli, Fabio Capello, and Alessandro Del Piero. And former Juventus and AC Milan player Pirlo retired from football last year after spending 3 seasons with Major League Soccer side New York City. And Portuguese Super League giants FC Porto have completed the transfer of Congo DR international defender Chancel Mbemba from Newcastle United, and the 23-year-old moves from the Premier League outfit to FC Porto after putting pen to paper in a deal reported to be around £7.14 million. And Mbemba joined the Magpies from Belgian side Anderlecht in an £8 million deal in 2015 and went on to score once in 59 appearances in all competitions during his 3-year spell in the Northeast. A newly promoted Italian Serie A side, Parma, have been handed a 5-point deduction for the new season after they were found guilty of attempted match fixing by Italian Football Federation. And the match fixing attempt was allegedly made by the club's 36-year-old striker, Emanuele Calaio, who was later handed a 2-year ban in addition to a fine of €20,000. And Calaio was said to have sent messages to former teammates at Spezia, Claudio Terzi and Filippo De Col. That was before both clubs met in the Serie B clash last season, where Parma won 2-0 to secure their return to top-flight football after a 3-year absence. And Parma have already revealed that they will be appealing the verdict through a club statement. And that's all for Sport Update on Plus TV Africa. I am Udoka Njoko. Back to you, Felicity Ezewike.
Many thanks, Udoka. And that's our news roundup of events. We'll be back later with more stories making the headlines. To make sure to join us again. My name is Felicity Ezewike. Wishing you a great day.